Alright, hello friends on SpeedGaming, and welcome into SpeedGaming Live 2021 Super Metroid Randomizer Quarterfinals with Kipp versus azder. I'm Polar Bear Bunny. I have Jestro on tracking for us tonight, and really excited to be here. Um, not new to see names such as Kipp and azder with something with finals attached to it at the end in randomizer here. Um, yeah, so the top 8 of our 16-person tournament here, it was completely stacked with talent. All 16 players, just incredibly good. And Kipp and azder, no stranger to each other, going all the way back to like the first randomizer tournament in 2017, and just a little bit of a duel kind of. I can't think of the right word right now going on between them ever since then. But yeah, really excited for this. Our settings for SGLIVE are Area Rando and Boss Rando. Yes, rivalry. Thank you, chat. Always appreciate chat when commentator can't think of words. It's my one job. But yeah, so area boss rando and then major minor. So all of our big ticket items are going to be shuffled around with each other. Kind of streamlines the seed a little bit, so our runners know exactly where to go. First item here is the speed booster. Interesting starting item. Of course, that means that our beloved morph ball will be up in the ceiling here. Kipp did a nice crouch jump to actually get all the way up there. Just barely enough room. So they'll be able to grab their morph here. Speed Booster can indicate that the seed will not give them power bombs or bombs right away, but we'll have to see. Oh, see, it's making me a liar. Power bombs, so that's good. I think Kipp's happy about that. Kipp doesn't like it when we don't get either power bombs or supers early. Speed though is pretty interesting. So if you've been watching these settings, you'll know that right to the left of the morph pedestal is our first available transition in the area rando. There are 32 doors that act as portals to different spots on the map. So you can have a Brinstar door going to Norfair, you can have a Norfair door going to Meridia that doesn't normally do so. So both having over 80 health, we will protect them from these big side hoppers over here. Kipp actually going to take on the miner, and azder just going straight up the elevator. Doesn't want those missiles. Nice speedball. That will also protect you from the side hoppers. Oh, and it's the gross crab hole map station in Meridia. You do get some amount of iframes when you enter a new portal, so you don't just immediately walk in the door and die. But yeah, Kipp handling that nicely. It's information to have. Sometimes the transitions are, better than others as far as useful information. That just means later Kipp will never have to go down and check the crab hole map station. But there might be a time where azder has to go and check that out from the Meridia side, and finds himself back in the blue side hopper room. Also interesting here, azder going ahead and going down to Terminator. Hasn't even checked Bomb Chorizo yet, which is usually your first stop. Getting an early plasma beam. Yeah, it's an interesting skip. I don't know if it was intentional or just kind of a slip of the mind. Finding Red Tower, which was very Aqua Tower, there in the Turian door. And then the other transition over here is right here at this doorway. Finding, okay, East Meridia. East Meridia is a good thing to know about. Just an E-Tank at Bomb Terizo. I find that a lot of area rando seeds that pretty much every early E-Tank the game actually wants you to have, because it will give you exactly enough energy to do some early hell runs. Upper Norfair hell runs in these settings are definitely in logic, provided you have, a specific number of E-Tanks or more. As you're going back, it'd be nice to get an E-Tank here. Get a nice refill from the Shine Spark. Take it on the energy. Kipp gonna actually take on first the two right side portals down here in this crab corkscrew room, and then the door to the right of the moat will be the other transition. And that's all 5 transitions up here in the criteria early Brinstar. Okay, so we've got our first sighting of a possible hell run. Getting from there to, so that was the entrance to Crocomire normally. Getting from there to like Business Center where Hydrant Boots and Ice Beam are, I think that's just a 2-tank hell run. Especially with speed, they can just take the Frog Speedway if they choose to. But Kipp just taking in the information first. Hasn't quite decided where he wants to go yet, understandably. Speaking of Croc, there he is. Early Croc, pretty interesting. He's been showing up a lot. So with Speed Booster, I think you're gonna want more than one E-Tank. So he's not gonna check. He's likely not going to check this E-Tank item right away. Probably go ahead and go down to the grapple beam item, check that out first, and then take a save right before he goes and checks this, because the acid will do 90 damage to you per second. So, and you do kind of have to take a dip. If not on the way in, then on the way out, you have to take a couple dips. You got mustard croc, alright. Delicious. Yeah, both doing this. 10 supers is a nice comfortable amount for Crocomire. 5 and 5 gets a little more dicey. Kipp was gonna try and do the Shine Spark over here. There's another minor item to the left, but just a little too high. That Shine Spark is a little tricky. But yeah, we're gonna get our first look at what could possibly be at the grapple beam. Nice to go ahead and get 2 major items out here out of the way. What I really like about the area rando Croc though is you can actually leave Croc anytime you want. The door is always flashing gray when you enter, so if you see him at a time that you don't want to fight him, you can just say hi and leave. First item is an E-Tank. That'll probably be enough to go ahead and grab the item to the right of Croc and get through the acid and back to the door alive. But we'll still go ahead and take this save. Azder does manage to get the minor item at the Croc PBs, which was just another missile, so puts them both even at 10, 10, and 5. That's a wave beam. So we have plasma and wave really early. Very, very potent combination. Will pretty much take out almost anything it hits, especially early. And yeah, Kipp does a great job managing the health there. Another super up here in Pantry, which is pretty valuable. I find, at least, I don't know, just sometimes charge beam is just nowhere, and then at the end of the game, your wave plasma becomes pretty much useless if you don't have charge. So, always good to collect those super missiles early just in case. And yeah, Kipp now has the knowledge. He could go ahead and cross through from that croc door back up to Business Center, high jump area. Ice Beam Hell Run is in logic with 2 tanks. But choosing a course, which I think makes a lot of sense, to just go over and check out what these 2 portals are. He does not have this knowledge yet. And I don't believe azder has checked the corkscrew, so he'll see that it's a little bit of upper north fare, and he might go ahead and take the plunge. Oh, what he's doing. Oh, he did? Oh, he skipped the check. Okay, it's like, I don't know what's back here that he wants. Gets his wave beam as Kipp sees Aqueduct. There are 2 portals that take you to East Meridia, the Aqueduct one being one of them. The other one is in the back of Yellow Meridia, kind of where Forgotten Highway is in Vanilla, from the back of the wrecked ship. And nobody likes taking that portal to get to Dragon if we can help it. So seeing Aqueduct is always good. There are also 1, 2, 3, 4 portals that'll take you to West Meridia, which is is a big hub of entrances. But speaking of Meridia, there is the gravity suit super early there at Spazer for Kipp. So actually, azder could have gotten that gravity suit super early, like forever ago when he first checked that entrance. But Spazer pretty much always open as long as you have morph and supers. The blocks are changed there to just be shot blocks. So even without bombs, you'll be a-okay. Very pretty gravity suit for Kipp. And then he finds, above the tube here, he finds the top of a green Brinstar. So like, yeah, with Speed Booster, 5 major items that Kipp can see here. First one being another E-Tank, 3 tanks, pretty cozy start. Also a nice wealth of ammo items back here, just in case we don't find that charge. azder, of course, is taking on the Boa Mountain route, which, Speed Booster, the Hell Run to Speed Booster, if you have Speed Booster, the amount of tanks required is just 2. If you don't have Speed Booster, then it's 4. So this is in logic for him. Of course, we know that there are more tanks available, as Kipp has shown us. Tons of supers, both runners still kind of on the lookout there for their next available power bombs. We have an X-ray scope, outspeed, not the most exciting, thrilling thing to find there. Probably not what azder wanted, but it's a thing. You got Screw Tech, the Edakun's E-Tank, so that's item number 2 here in Green Pink Brinstar. Also 2 more portals, one at the end of Green Hill Zone and one kind of at the top where the Blueprint Side Hopper room normally spits you out. So Kipp will surely check those out soon, after grabbing Wavegate and Waterway. My azder taking a save. Might elect to try and scout out what the portal above, or here at single chamber, the one above Wave Beam, it's another portal. Oh, he's actually going to try and check out the Norfair Reserve with a nice D-boost from the Waver. The item itself, not in logic with just 2 tanks. I think this is a 4-tank hell run. But if you were to have enough tanks, that D-boost could be required in a seed. He'll at least get to scout it. Probably. Oh, well. It's very. They're saying he probably wasn't gonna make it out alive, but now he'll make it out alive. Almost 100% sure he'll live through this. That's pretty big. That was pretty risky. I don't think that's a play that I personally would have made. For one, that D-boost is pretty tricky. And for 2, just knowing that you're not likely to be able to come out alive unless it was an E-tank. So that's pretty big. So one of each suit on either side. A 5th E-tank for Kipp. So at least once Kipp kind of does end up making his way to Bubble Mountain, he's not going to be discouraged from any of the hell runs because he'll have a nice, healthy number of E-tanks. And dueling reserves. Here, one at Waterway and one at Vanilla Wave Beam. We'll go ahead and safely see what this portal over here might take us. Okay, so Green Hill Zone takes you back to the top of Red Tower, and there's the back of the wrecked ship here at Single Chamber. Azder won't be able to go that way unless he were to have high jump boots or gravity suit, of course. So good information to have. The Chronic Boost room, which is the room right before the Lava Dive, is the last portal over here that Azure would need to check. And the bottom of Green Hills is the other top of Red Tower, so both of the Green Hill Zone entrances just go back to the top of Red Tower. Good play here from Kipp. There are 2 minor items in this room. Hoping to score that second power bomb, but we'll see if it gives it to him. Just double missiles. Which, you know, if you need charge beam, it doesn't seem that great, but you know, sometimes that charge beam is hidden and the seed just stops giving you super missiles, and you can't be picky about your missiles after that. I think sometimes it's a little bit easier to kind of just risk and count on the fact that you're going to find charge if you have such a good beam like these 2 do. But ooh, and there's that ugly back of Yellow Meridia Asher found. Also not going to be able to get through there without high jump or gravity, so So Kipp on his way back to the end of Red Tower. There are 2 more portals that he can enjoy. Through this door here to the right. Most of like the super missile and missile gates that are kind of blocking the way near the portals have been taken out in Area Rando. So Kipp can actually go above where kind of the bug farm is and get through just fine either way. There's another portal up there, but he's gonna go ahead, take in this Main Street portal, check out what's at Mama Turtle, the one major item that's in this whole hub, and it's Ice Beam. Ooh, we have a space jump at high jump there for Azure. 2 lovely items to get you through your day. And then that brings up Kipp's total to 30 for Super Missile, so yeah, good stuff there. Space jump can help a ton for movement, especially in Meridian, and especially if you aren't to find high jump boots. Having that space jump is very valuable, like in Lower Norfair. Okay, so Turian is at the easternmost of West Meridia. Makes sense, right? We got it, right? Yep. And regular bombs there at Ice Beam for Asher. Kipp gonna go ahead and do a gravity jump to get through this door. Pretty much the only method he had to do so, without just shooting the door and then going back down and charging another Shine Spark. And they get a high five here. Kipp coming through the top of Meridia, and then back around. So that is a nice little loop there. Azure seeing again, that's about as close to the gravity suit that he's ever gonna be. And I don't know, I don't see him taking this portal instead. Okay, yeah, no. Kipp gonna go ahead and get his bombs. Azure hopefully going to get his gravity suit at Spazer. Then he was in a good position to check X-ray. Okay, so since this is the top of Green Bin Star, he's gonna find that a little bit more appealing than going to get his gravity suit. So he'll be checking out all these items the same way that Kipp did. I'm going to get his screw attack and a couple of E-tanks. Yeah, I don't think anything else was really here. So the places we're still missing the front of the wreck ship. We're missing Kraid's lair. And we're missing both transfers to Lower Norfair. So I'm going to just assume that Kraid's lair could be at either end of Lower Norfair, which isn't very fun if you're a runner. Generally, you like being able to take Lower Norfair through the back. It's a little bit faster, and even if it weren't faster, it requires fewer items. You don't really need a worst room in the game item to get you up that room, so don't have to worry about as much when you go through that way. But we'll see here. Kipp's gonna check out Chronic Boost as well. He's the back of Meridia. He's tempted. He's tempted by it. Not ready to commit. Which I don't blame him, you know. He still has 3 items in Bubble Mountain that he could potentially get. And one of them is Various Suit, so definitely wants that in case perhaps Ridley is waiting for him in Meridia. So Kipp here is going to effectively be in go mode, just missing that charge beam or enough ammo to finish out the game. We'll see here. He'll probably go ahead and check the single chamber, see where that gets him, and then maybe he'll go ahead and decide to just dive Meridian and take on whatever boss is there. There's no boss that he cannot beat at this point. Kipp is also the only one who knows where Turian is at this point. Azder still has quite a few transitions to check out before he kind of is able to narrow his results down. As you're gonna find both tops of Red Tower here. Hopefully eventually gets back to Spazer. We'll see. Sometimes, yeah, that Spazer is kind of in an awkward location. It's near a lot of portals. And you just kind of wonder if it's worth the couple of door transitions to go get and then come back to where you were going anyway. Alright, we are going to see what the X-ray. Charge here would be pretty nice. It might be that Kipp never comes back here, actually. I would think that's pretty likely. Kipp will be more on in ammo mode and only looking for majors that are right next to him. It is the Hydra boots, though. That's pretty nice. I don't think it's as worthwhile as Charge Beam would be, of course, but it's nice. It'll save a little chunk of time. Alright, Kipp finding the back of the wreck ship. Probably see our first boss in almost 30 minutes, so kind of funny. We haven't really found a good way to any other boss up until this point. And then we'll finally see what that moat transition is. Could definitely be Kraidslayer. It's either that or it's one of the ways into Lower Norfair. Which would actually be kind of a nice little chain. If this, the end here goes to one end of Lower Norfair, and then the other end of Lower Norfair is Kraidslayer. It's kind of 3 bosses in a row there. So did we skip Spazer again? Yeah, that's not good. That's all I'll say. It's not good. Not ideal. Yeah, he is having to come down here and check out this portal again, which we know is the Meridia Crab Hole. I think Asher is kind of hoping by process elimination that this is something more like Lower Norfair. Fortunately, it's not. We do have a first boss Ridley here in the wreck ship. Hello, Ridley. A little surprised there wasn't a save taken by Asher somewhere to kind of scum this, because if you're down here and you're stuck down here, you just have to climb all the way back up. So that's going to be pretty costly time-wise. Alright, fight done. Yeah, if I had Kipp, we're gonna want at least 15 more supers. Alright, Kipp, solve the mystery for us. Which side of Lower Norfair are we going to see? I kinda think it has to be Lower Norfair at this point. I don't think there's anything else that we haven't seen yet. Just an E-Tank gauntlet, and it is the gross lava dive side of Lower Norfair. Luckily, Kipp, space jump, gravity suit, easy peasy. I'm interested to see if he decides to check screw attack or if he's just going full ammo at this point. Yeah, the bad thing here for Usher is, like, he could just commit to continuing to skip Spazer and just doing Suitless Meridia, but he doesn't have Ice or Grapple, or even Spring Ball. Like, he has nothing. He doesn't have anything that would indicate to me that Suitless Meridia might be a thing in this seed. So it's pretty unfortunate that he's got himself kind of in that situation. And he's taking his high jump boots all the way back here to go through Fern Highway to the wreck ship. He's gonna see Ridley, he's gonna get slower Norfair. Probably take kind of the same path that Kipp's got going on right now, and Kipp with quite a bit of a lead on him in that regard. So like this part is in logic for him with just the high jump boots, but like pretty much literally nothing else. nothing else watery is going to be in logic for him. And like, he can go to this boss, and if it's Dragon, he's not going to be able to get out of Dragon. He didn't even have enough power bombs to do a flash shoot. I actually think that there were power bombs at Spooky Missile, which would make him able to do that. Luckily, it's not Dragon here, but it could be Dragon down here in Lower Norfair where Kipp is. Yeah, reverse acid dive is actually not. 4 tanks is plenty for that with just Varia. Varia reduces the heat damage a lot, or the acid damage quite a bit. So you could have like 10 tanks and no Varia and you'll still die, but the Varia suit is very helpful in that regard. It's actually not as bad as it sounds. In the vanilla game, it would be really bad, because Varia won't have that acid protection. But in Rando, it does. So it is Dragon down here in Lower Fair, and so pretty much unless like Grapple is at Fireflies, I don't think Kipp checked that ahead of time because it didn't really have a reason to. It's not really going to have a way out for azder. So since azder still has pretty much all of the West Meridia portals kind of out there, he's taking this save. The save, if you have boss rando on, the save will always be available, even if Fantoon is not killed and the wreck ship is not on, just for kind of the safety, so you don't soft lock in a boss that you can't beat down there. This is a lava dive, so azder will be able to go all the way through it. It just will not be anywhere near as cozy as it is for Kipp. Yeah, so Kipp not even checking Fireflies. Looks like he is committed to the ammo hunt. So the amount of missiles Kipp has right now, he's going to want 50 supers. That's another power bomb there. Or he can get one more missile and just 10 more supers instead of 15 more. But yep, it is as suspected. It is Kraid's lair here at the end. And another power bomb, because of course it is. Yeah, all 3 areas, 3 boss areas, all in a row. So if you kind of did Meridia, the Meridia boss early, it wouldn't route very nicely for you. We've got a Fantoon at Kraid. So then Kraid is at Dragon. So all of our bosses were randomized today. That's exciting. Ooh, just an E-Tank at a Fireflies roster. Charge there would have been helpful to make up some time. Ooh, and he's gonna go all the way through and check out the portal. He does not know that this basically has to be Kraid's lair. He doesn't even know where Turian is yet. So he's kind of just taking the gamble and seeing what it is. It's good for him though that this is Kraid's lair and he'll be able to take out Fantoon. But the unlucky thing is that since it's Fantoon, there are no major items over here. Fantoon does not have a major item behind him like all of the other bosses. The only thing Fantoon really does is turns on the wreck ship and all four of those items. But so no chance at grapple here for Usher. Like I don't know. Like he needs to actually be able to kill Dragon and get out of her room. He literally has to pick up another power bomb, and I don't know if he's thinking to do that or not. And even then, his ammo, if he's going to do a Crystal Flash suit to shine Spark out of the room, his ammo is pretty bad for that. So Kipp there with gravity. Took like 2.5, 3 E-Tanks worth of damage in the acid dive. So Azure won't take much more than that. I feel like he's laughing and talking to his dog about how ridiculous this ammo is. See, Azure wants that power bomb. Like, it's either you get that power bomb or you are abandoning Dragon in a terrible place, so far away from everything that you love. Yeah, it's okay. There's another one. It's just gonna get this one. This one's better. Alright. Kipp on his way out. Kipp just has to find either side of Meridia again. And take on fierce underwater Kraid. No, I'm just kidding. Kraid won't be underwater. Kraid will be in Kraid's same room. Unfortunately, we don't have the technology to put Kraid underwater at this time. I was curious if Kipp was gonna check that, but he chose not to. And that's okay. It's probably an E-Tank. Charge is probably at Screw Attack, because nobody ever checks that in area rando. And I would say, since this is going to be Dragon, Azure of course doesn't know that. There's a 1 in 3 chance that it is, but I'd say getting that you think was a bad thing. Is it because it also without grapple you can have like an amazing way to damage down to crystal flash range. You'll either have to I don't know what he's gonna do. Just get hit by a bunch of things while in the room. You'll need at least another power bomb though, and then he's gonna want to, yeah, fill up at least some ammo so he has the ammo to actually kill Dragon with. Because he's gonna go in and then yeah, yeah. I don't really know how this is gonna go, but it's going, so we'll see. Luckily, it's not like a decision at this point that's going to like cost him the race. Like he's already quite a bit behind anyway, and I think he would have been a little bit behind, even if he had gotten gravity. Oh, that's scary. Okay, setting up for the crystal flash suit. You want to, of course, get down to crystal flash range, and you want to perform a crystal flash while she is doing her goop phase, and get picked up during it. So he has a shine spark stored now, so that will allow him to actually get out of the room. The problem is his method to kill Dragon is not fantastic. Is he gonna do another? Oh, okay. Now he's got a blue suit. That looks so cool. Yeah, it doesn't have a lot of ammo to do this with, unfortunately. Alright, so Kipp has chosen to take the back way. But you can get right through to the boss. If Dragon is not vanilla in Boss Rando, you don't have to, have ice or speed booster, and you don't have to get through Batoon hallway. You can just skip right over Batoon. Like, see you later. Phil needs one more super to have enough ammo to not have to refill after killing the Zubs and breaking the glass and all that fun stuff. Which you just don't want to have to do. That just takes so much time to have to go back and refill. Draco looking close-ish to dead, but not quite. Now she's gonna be swooping fast. Oh, Kraid, treacherous underwater Kraid. Not even checking the item. Fully committed to chargeless. Kipp says that using credit cards is irresponsible. No charge, cash only. Don't live above your means. And the Dragon fight's still going on. She wasn't really close to dead, it's just his palette swap making me think so. She might be now, though. When we have the old spring ball at Batoon. So all of the, if you wanted to go full suitless Meridia, all of those items are pretty well hidden. Ice, of course, being at Mama Turtle. There's a super for Kipp. So now he has enough to not actually have to refill, but it's still not comfy. It's a little better now. Dragon finally dead. All the Dragon babies. I don't know. The rumor is they're eating her. Maybe that's something that crustaceans do. Gonna use that blue suit to get out. Nicely done. But, whew, does he have some time to make up. So Kipp's got to pretty much find his way back to West Meridia and get over to the right-hand door there in Mount Everest, and then he will be in Turian. In Area Rando, the Turian elevator will refill all of your health and ammo, so doesn't have to worry about that. So he's gonna go ahead and go back down to Blue Brinstar and take the crab hole up and out. I'm not sure 100% if there was a better way. I always say the best way to get somewhere is the way that you remember. So, just go. Just go, just go. Yeah, you'll see here, like, Azder's not gonna lose all that much more health than Kipp did. You're just, obviously with gravity you have better movement, but your movement with Varia and Acid is not terrible, so yeah, it's perfectly okay doing that. And then especially like here in these next few rooms with Space Jump and Screw Attack, he'll be a-okay. But don't try that in vanilla. Don't try it at home. Vanilla will not. You will die. So with my bad in my head math, Kipp would have like 3 supers, 2 missiles extra. So if he decides to just go through and open the doors and not refill at any time, he'll have like 2 missiles leeway. He'll probably at least open the first door and refill, but we'll see what he decides to do. Sometimes it's like, you know your opponent really well and you know your opponent's really good. Obviously Kipp has no idea whether or not Azder is right on his tail or already at Mother Brain or 2 bosses behind. He has no idea. So you kind of want to take that into consideration when you're deciding how much you want to refill, whether or not you want to save, if you want to go all the way to the last door or just to the Ghidorah, and go back and refill. It's a tough decision. There's just so many things going through your head because you have no idea, and you just want to get the win and get out of here. Get into the top 4 and get into the money portion. The next round, prizes for all 4 runners. The SGLIVE, all the games have a prize pool. Super Metroid, no exception, the $800 prize pool. So, and a portion going all the way to the 4th place person. So, pretty awesome there. Another super for Azder. That's really good. So he's up to 45 as well. Has quite a few less missiles than Kipp does at this point, though. Ooh, are we going top wreck ship? We are, because, yeah, like, Azder needs something. Like, even if he wanted to do Suitless Meridia, which I think he does, like, he needs something. He needs an ice beam, he needs a grapple, a spring ball, which we already know ice and spring ball are in Meridia. So, that's not gonna help him. He didn't grapple here, really, like... I don't know. He could go through to the back of Meridia. He's pretty far away from it though. Like, he could theoretically get to the Dragon boss, get to Kraid. He can't go through Batuin though. Alright, Kipp. Being very careful with your ammo. Into the catch-up phase. Nailing them all nicely. Perfectly done. Thing about the Mother Brain ammo situation, it's not hard to it's not hard to not miss Mother Brain, but the pressure, if you have, you know, exactly enough ammo, is pretty great. So that's the main problem, as it were. A city tank here, extra preserve. Not something that's going to allow Usher to progress. Is it time for treat? Yeah, once, if you're not super familiar with Super Metroid and races and such, once you're at this point, you're pretty much home free, save your power going out or something like that. Kipp is not, of course, no charge beam, not going for something like the stand-up glitch, which is possible to soft lock during. So at this point, Kipp is, it's just a formality at this point. Just has to get through Mother Brain 3 and the escape. There's nothing that's going to prevent him from winning. Unless someone were to go unplug his computer right now. Don't do that. Don't go to Kipp's house and unplug his computer. I do like that we're getting to see some of these spots that nobody has checked. So the wreck ship full of E-tanks. I don't think actually we saw right side super, if I'm not mistaken. So just to let everybody know, this is the best 2 out of 3. So Kipp's gonna go ahead and take game 1, and game 2 will be right after this, after a short little break. Oh, is azder going back to check screw attack? I think he is. That's the only option. Yeah. Oh, okay. So right side supers was his reserve tank. So the wreck ship completely wrecked. So we had that gravity suit very early. Azure was actually the first to see the place closest to the gravity suit at the Spacer Beam location. Other than this screw attack, I don't know what else we haven't seen besides like shock tool and plasma, the sand pit. My guess would be, you know, all of those things. That grapple probably in like the sand pit or something. So GG to Kipp, finishing with a time of 58:25. So very, very good time. For this area boss rando sub hour is awesome. And there's charges screw, because of course it is. Big GG's. Taking game 1. We are going to so Azure gonna go ahead and forfeit, and we'll take our break between games, and we'll follow it up with game 2 here in a few minutes. So please stick around. Big thanks for watching while you were here, and we'll see you again in a few moments.